Hey guys, Mr. Ferguson here on Wrestling with Math, and today I'm going to just talk about what real numbers are. Okay, so we have our definition of real numbers here, the set of numbers that contains all rational and irrational numbers. Okay, so we are going to eventually, later on in our math careers, talk about imaginary numbers, which is the opposite of real numbers here. But for algebra and pre-algebra, we aren't going to talk about imaginary numbers, so just real numbers. So the breakdown here, irrational numbers. Decimals, has to have decimals in the definition here, that never end or repeat. Okay, some examples of irrational numbers, the pi symbol, we know pi continues on forever and ever and ever and never ends. The square root of 2, if I were to punch that into my calculator, I would get a never-ending decimal as well. A lot of times we also say it can't be turned into a fraction, but I don't like talking about that here because if I did try to turn the decimal, a long decimal into a fraction, it wouldn't work either. And then we have rational numbers, which the opposite of irrational. It's a decimal that ends or repeats. We may see 1.5, negative 2.625. Okay, it has an end. Or we could say 1.3 with the bar over it, which means it continues forever and ever and ever. Or it's something that a rational number could be a fraction, written as a over b, where both a and b are integers. So for example, negative 2 over 5. The reason why we say that a and b have to be integers because I could have the square root of 2 over 3, which is not a rational number. And it could be also, in one of these categories as well. Okay, so a whole number can be written as a fraction by putting it over 1. So we have our integers, our whole numbers, and our counting numbers. Our integers, the set of integers looks like a number line. So we would have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Again, the number line. It's usually posted in a bunch of different classrooms. Our whole numbers, so our whole numbers don't have any negatives. So we start with 0, and we go forever and ever and ever. Negatives. And then our counting numbers, also called natural numbers, just like the way we would count when we first learn how to count. 1, 2, 3. So in this case, no 0 in that one. So here's our breakdown of the definitions of those, just to give you guys just a friendly reminder of what real numbers are and the difference between irrational and rational. So hopefully this helped, and thanks a lot, guys.